All right. All right. Here we are. Hello. I haven't done one of these in a while. Um, I just wanted to, record a little bit and just get my voice back out there because I haven't been on in a while. I missed you. um, that was weird. I honestly wanted to get back into making podcasts again, and I wanted to because there's just so much. There's just so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. It's hard for me to really focus on one thing personally with everything going on. I'll try to focus on stuff, but I hate starting with but. Anyway, I hate that too. It's uh it's crazy right now, you know? How many times am I going to say that? We got like four wars going on. Um America's going through some kind of crazy thing. But all in all, the video games that are coming out have been fucking badass. Like crazy good, man. They I hope you don't mind cussing. I do cuss some. The thing is too, as I get older, I am cussing more as I get older, and the video game hobby might not be helping that because that's literally like all I do right now. But anyway, those games, video games right now are so good, are so crazy with the detail and stuff that I don't know why everyone doesn't have an Xbox in their house. Now, this isn't a advertisement for Microsoft. It's more so an advertisement for your sanity. I meet so many adults that either lie or just don't play video games. I've asked so many people, I'm like, you indulge in gaming or anything like that? And I get a lot of people who say, no, no, no. They say no. And look, um, you should indulge in hobbies, whatever, however minuscule it is, as long as you're feeding, I think, that part of your brain. I think it's healthy. I don't really necessarily know why. I'm not really a psychiatrist. I took psychology for a year in community college on, I think, an online course too. So I don't know shit. However, it should probably, I would imagine it would make you happier doing things that you would like to do and than the latter, you know, all the time. Because like I have a neighbor. Perfect example. He's a nice guy. He's a hardworking guy. But that's like all he does. He's a hardworking man, and he has like I think he has a daughter and a wife, and they drive him crazy, and he works his ass off, and that's all he does. Or at least that's what he tells me. I don't know if he's like murdering squirrels in his backyard, but he seems like an upstanding guy who's made some mistakes in his life, but he seems way better off now and doing okay. But he worries me because I'll talk to him and he'll say things like, and I know you've met people like this. Oh man, all I do is work, man. All I do is work, man. I work, man, and I come home, man, and then I just do it all again. Now tell me how many people you know like that. It's a lot. It's most people. I feel like that's most, if you, even without kids. Like when I had a studio apartment in Alaska, like that's how it was. I mean, I made time for my hobby, sure, which was just getting high and playing fucking Final Fantasy. But like that's what my thing was. That being said, was I any happier? Not really. Where I was, that was mainly where I was living. And am I any happier now doing what I do? I don't know. I I feel like it's because I do it all the time. I play a lot of video games. I probably play too much video games. That being said, that guy doesn't. My neighbor doesn't play enough. Different problems for different people. I think hobbies for a guy like that would help a lot. He just, I guess, just doesn't have the time. Whatever the case may be, I would like people like that who have lives like that to have more time to do the things that they love to do. And yeah, family time and all that stuff is fun. Yeah, we like that. Yes, we do. Yes, we like that. That's fulfilling. Yes, but like for you, for you, for your health, for dad's health, you know, like so much of that. And I see it. I've hung out with younger dads. They have a hard time balancing the entertainment life and like entertainment and raising children, or just, you know, work if you have a full-time job that demands a lot of your time and attention. And yeah, you have a hard time balancing playtime, you know. And I think once you see it as that, you have a hard time really taking it seriously. And sometimes video games can be kind of hard if you're not very coordinated with your fingers. It can be kind of frustrating. It can have the opposite effect. It can make you pissed off and annoyed and make you feel like you're older than you are. But honestly, it couldn't be farther from the truth. This is an advertisement for Microsoft. Oh, Jesus, kill me. I was talking about how crazy, chaotic things in the world, and I just started going on a tangent on people don't play enough video games. I think people don't jack off a lot either. I feel like guys do it so much that like women feel like they don't need to. I meet so many women who don't. I meet so many women. Wow, I sound like such a douchebag. I meet girls. I meet people sometimes who, like, I'll talk to them, right? And a lot of, like, I've met a lot of women, at least the ones I talk to, that just don't touch themselves, like, at all. Which, ladies, I mean, that's cool and everything, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of strange. They just, like, they don't have the, I don't know if they just don't have the desire. I don't know if that's a testosterone thing. But, yeah, jack off more, ladies. I encourage it. This is gonna be delve into your vices podcast. This is gonna be a do all the things your therapist told you not to do. Do those instead. Invest into your hobbies. Invest into your habits. I don't know. What else is there to fucking do right now, everybody? What else is there to do right now? The world's on fire. Same old shit. Bill Nye was right. Global warming is real. And I'm just chilling playing Xbox. I'm really getting into Warframe right now. It's a really good game made by Digital Extremes. It's a good company. I recommend it. There's not a lot of good games right now. That's the only reason why I'm dick riding them, is because like there's a lot. I feel like they're a company that I could confidently say has done really well and earned my trust over literally my entire lifetime of playing the game, which was like, I don't know, it's been about like a couple years now, like 6 or 7 years now. I'm old, yeah, whatever. But yeah, if there's any video game I'm gonna advertise for, it's Warframe. It's a really cool game. It's on computer. It's on literally everything. It's free. It's fun. I recommend it. But anyway, this is turning into a advertisement podcast now for things I like. But honestly, guys, I think people need to be distracted right now with cool things, because people forget cool things exist because we're so engulfed in our own realities that we put ourselves in. And you have to. It's a rat race. You got to pay your bills. You got to feed your children. You got to feed you. You got to keep the machine. You got to keep the blood flowing. Let the blood flow. Woo! I'm like just mimicking everything. Honestly, there might be some references here. I don't know what I just referenced. That might have been a reference, but like, it's one of these things where I don't even feel like I'm watching videos now, and they're saying things I don't even own. The things I purchase now. Have you guys heard about this? Have you heard about this? Purchasing things. We're trying to purchase things, and like online items is what I'm talking about. Like that game I was just explaining, they have these legal things now that says when you purchase online items, it'll say you're purchasing the right to own this item, which is such weird phrasing to me. Before, you would buy something and you would just own said item when you bought it. regard digital or otherwise. Now, though, we're having this problem where something to do with rights and video games, where we're having this discussion on what is ownership. These fucking look. I'm not trying to. I want to blame it on liberals so bad. I want to blame it on tech nerds so bad, but it's not their fault. They just have like a hand in it. They're just a like a an they're just a product of their setting. You know, like tech nerds. I don't like. I think they're snobby, annoying, and I literally look just like them. But whatever. I think. Where was I going with this? I think it's out of control now. This monetization thing. It started with the loot boxes. It started with legal gambling for your children, which if you don't know, you look it up. Loot boxes are a thing. They were a thing like 12 years ago. Parents fucking, this is what I'm talking about. When parents don't play video games, they don't know about shit. They have no idea what their kids are doing. They have no idea. You need to play, if you're a parent, it is a requirement for you to at least play one video game so you know what the fuck your kids are on, dude. Because all the language they get, all the shit that they're learning is getting fed to them through the shit they're hearing and seeing in these games that you are ignoring because you think they're childish and dumb. But like that's where they're getting fed like all this shit is from games and stuff. It's the main medium. It's because kids aren't watching TV anymore. They're playing Xbox. Play fucking video games, America. Holy shit. I'm so sick of that. You need to inform yourself on these things because it's like that's the media now. People don't watch the news. People don't watch TV. People don't do that anymore. Cable is dead. People barely watch Netflix. People have like 7 different streaming services now. You have to be informed on these things. Otherwise, you die. You become this like boomer fucking person who's just like, what does skibbity dibbity mean? Become that asshole, and nobody fucking likes those people. I don't care how charming your grandma is. Everyone hates those people. Everyone. No one likes dumb people. Nobody. Fucking literally nobody. Like even if you're like a charming kind of dumb, it doesn't help anything. You need to be informed, especially as an adult. When you're a kid, it's fine, but even when you're a kid, you know you're the first to know the consequences of being ill-informed because you're constantly reminded of it because you're a dumb young little kid and you can't help it. That's just the outcome of your life. When you're younger, you don't know anything, so you're constantly reminded of that aspect of how, oh shit, I don't know shit, so the world is scary. That's just how it is. But as adults, there's no excuse. It's like I'm going off on a rant again, but what I was talking about is that it seems like it's getting harder to own things because these people are getting smarter, and now we're like redefining words now, like what ownership is. Motherfucker, when I buy a thing, I own the thing, okay? And like, this shouldn't be a discussion. This is capitalism, is it not? What are we doing right now? Are they just preparing us for when China finally invades? And look, a background on me. I'm not a professional or anything. I'm just some Cali guy. I'm from California. I don't know shit, but I am the outcome of everything I've experienced. I'm just voicing what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. You know, I have a regular education. I'm a college dropout, and this is how I see the world. You know, I'm 29. I'm not getting any younger. And, you know, I like to engross myself with media and cool stuff like that. Mainly media. I love comedy. I love comedians. But that's where I've gone to for information nowadays. It's a fucking joke. I know it's a joke, guys. But, like, where else am I going to go? NPR? Fox News? You know, and then you can send me all your links to news, and please send me whatever like links you got to news networks. I would love to hear them because I don't know shit on where to get information. I've been just watching comedians bitch and moan for the past, I don't know, 3 years about politics, and that's where I've been getting literally all my information. So yeah, that's why everything I'm saying sounds like fucking nonsense, because it is. It is nonsense. Like I said, I'm no professional in this scheme of things, in the grand scheme of all this. However, I am an American, and I am a product of this. Like I do see the light at the end of the tunnel here, or not that. That's not what I meant. I do see like what's in front of me, and this is my opinion on it. That's literally the sole purpose of this. This is all I wanted to do on this podcast, if we can even call it that at this point. I mean, half of it, the first 10 minutes was me advertising Warframe and like owning consoles. That's probably what I'll title this. Like, Play Video Games America is what I'll probably title this. Anyway, yeah, I think that's a big problem. Monetization with ownership is a big problem nowadays. It's like, what do I even own? Do I own anything? Do I own my kids? Do I own my thoughts? Do I even own my own thoughts? Woo! I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That might actually freak some people out. I don't. I'm not trying. The thing is, I'm not trying to scare people. Excuse me. I just want my voice to be heard. And if you can fuck with what I'm saying even a little bit, then I think I've done a good job. That's all I'm trying to do here. I want to get out there to people. I want to hear what people have to say about what's going on their side of the world, because I'm, like I said, I'm on the West Coast. I only see things on this side of the country, really, a lot of the time. I don't really know what's going on in the Midwest. I only really hear what's going on in the East a lot for some reason. So, like, I know what the East side's doing, and then Canada. So North and East, I know what's going on, but Middle America, I have no fucking clue what's happening. You know? So I would love to know, like, more information on that. And, like, I was ranting earlier to myself. I remember I was talking about, like, a lot of hate that California gets. And I always thought it was strange, because we make your media. Like, yeah, the East Coast sometimes makes good music, but, like, let's stop fucking around for a second, okay? Let's stop joking for a second. Is Hollywood on the East Side? Fuck no, it's not. The East Side's got rats, homeless people, and really nice plays, and really good comedy, and pizza for some reason. But, like, other than that, fuck off. Like, have fun, New York. It's cool. I'm sure it's beautiful. I would love to see it. Don't kill me, please. But fuck off. Like, we have Hollywood here. We literally have every celebrity you could think of here in California. That's why we're like the richest state in America. It's because we make your media. Everyone hates on California, but we make your TV. We literally, what you watch tonight was made in my state. It's like, yeah. I don't understand and also state pride is so stupid. You know? Like, it is. It's just like, I hear it so often, I have to say something about it. Literally everywhere I go and every person I met. Even with the traveling I've done, I always thought people didn't like Californians. They probably don't like Californians either, but to my face, at least, everyone's been pretty much genuinely kind to my face in terms of, like, California-wise. That could just be me. I try to be genuinely pretty polite to people, so I don't go out of my way to piss people off. That being said, nine times out of 10 people that I meet outside of California will be like, yeah, the state politics there suck, but you seem okay. Like, how are the people out there and stuff? And most of the time people have nice things to say about California. Like, they talk about, like, the beaches and, like, the beautiful weather and the people they meet out here and stuff. But it's just, I hear it so often. I just think it's so funny that I had to say something about it, how people just shit on this state so much. And I'm just like, we make everything. This place, I don't make shit, but California makes, like, all media. Literally all media. Most of media is made here. I keep seeing advertisements now, and every ad I see is made here in like where I live, or in the desert, like in Death Valley or some shit, which is like an hour from me or something like that. I think. I honestly don't know. I think it's a lot farther. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's weird, you know. People hate on the things they love. I couldn't I couldn't put a postage note on it or anything like that. I don't really know, and I also don't really know what I'm trying to say here. I was just ranting on California hate because I think it's funny. Because it's like, what? You know? And then everyone who comes here, they love it. They love it here. Have a good time. Enjoy themselves. But, yeah, I think the politics can be a little screwy here sometimes. It's becoming the NCR. California, which if you don't play Fallout, all you fucking boomers and actual adults out there who have lives, it's a video game, and the NCR is a faction in the video game, which is basically like a militia, a militarized militia, who made themselves basically the government when nuclear fallout hits America. And I'm saying that because like California is basically its own fucking militia. It just feels like its own thing. It's just such a rich place, and it just does its own shit a lot of the time with all its policies and stuff. And the way the laws are here compared to other states, it literally feels like a different area compared to and especially other places I've been. And generally speaking, America, when you travel to other places, it's pretty much the same vibe. The laws are very different, sure, but in terms of people you meet, relatively speaking, hello goes a long way. You know, it's not all pitchforks and knives here. Every American I've met, generally, if they're in a good mood, you know, they will say, even if they're in a bad mood, if you're friendly, dude, a guy in a bad mood that I met, like even like dudes all by themselves that have been pissed off, and I've just been like, hey man, are you all right? They just been like, I'm just having a bad day right now. Can you just leave me alone? Like, which is such a polite way of saying this, like, just fuck off, man. Like, I'm busy, you know? And I've never done that. That's insane. Don't do that. Don't bother people. But like, what I'm implying is, generally speaking, most Americans you'll run into will be easier to talk to and not threatening. You know, and I could say that about pretty much anywhere you go. You know, it's depending on what neighborhoods too. It could be like kind of a vibe thing where it's like you give respect, you get respect kind of thing. You gotta know some street sense. You know, you can't be walking around saying certain things. But like most of the time, if you're just yourself and you're a genuine soul and don't mean no harm to nobody, most of the time people aren't going to try to do anything to you. You know, you're not a gang banger, or you're not trying to rep no thing or hurt nobody. Most of the time, people don't really care what you do. That's what everybody's trying to do here anyway. And I think that's what we're all trying to do collectively, is just trying to do what we need to fucking do. And whatever the government is trying to keep us, when the government tries to keep us from doing those things, we get pissed off. You know? Most of us don't even have health care. Most of us don't have most of us don't have medical insurance. A lot of us are just freeballing it out here. You know? Groceries are expensive. It's like, what's a fucking person gotta do? You know? I'm a simple guy. I live a simple life. Or I try to. That's gay. That's so dumb. I'm a simple guy. I live a simple life. What does that even mean? I feel like that's a good general philosophy to live by, though. Simple guy, simple life. Just find out what you need, get those things, find a way to get those things, and then fucking let it ride, man. I think we surround ourselves with so much ambition and goals and all this shit and consume. It's just like, let it ride, man. The world is so massive. We have no control over it. You just need a little nook in a hole in the wall somewhere. If you're just one person, you really don't need that much space. Just find out what you need, you know, and just like fucking go for it. Because it's like there's so much going on. There's so many of us, and I don't think is there enough work? Because I don't feel like there is. I've been unemployed for like 37 years. I don't know. I feel like I've been unemployed forever. I should update my resume. I haven't. but I should. I need to do that. Um, Other than that, though, I don't see any other. I don't see why I'm not getting hired anywhere. I'm not that being said, I'm not applying for jobs that I don't want. Like I don't apply for like Taco Bell and stuff like that. I'm sure I had a buddy of mine call the other day, and all the power to him. He pays rent and stuff, and he works at Taco Bell right now, and he sounds so delighted to be there. I'm being sarcastic. That is sarcasm. Sometimes it's hard to tell. He hates it. He hates it. He sounds miserable. But like that's most of us, especially if you're young and trying to survive. That's most of us. Um, Another common thing I see a lot in California. A lot of us live with our families. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Houses here cost over $500,000. If you're some big swinging dick who can afford that, congrats. You're doing well. Life isn't shitting on you. But if you were raised here, most of the time, you are not making that much right off the cuff. Unless you're some rich kid's fucking tit fucking child, then maybe you are. For most of us, that isn't that. You're probably going to be living with some in-laws or your family or some cousins. I wasn't aware of this, but talking to other young adults and people that I meet, it's actually a lot more common than you think. It's not something people like to admit, though, because it's a sign of people consider it like as a sign of failure. You're not doing well. I mean, that could be kind of true, but also rent here is expensive. Living out here is expensive. Why don't you just leave? Because leaving is expensive. Leaving and starting a new life somewhere is expensive. So that's why people don't just get up and leave, because it's fucking scary. I don't know why no one tells you this, but that's why people don't just get up and leave places. So let me be the first to tell you that. I need water. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I got my water. But yeah, I think that's why people don't leave where they're from, because, it's hard to. If that's what I was saying. I hope that was what I was saying. Kind of lost my track of point here. Excuse me. Anyway, I just rewatched Dune the other day. I just was really fucking with that whole vibe. I'm basically a tall, skinny twink, so I kind of fuck with the main character. Yeah, I think he's like 5'2", though. I don't know. He looks short as hell in the movie. I think the girl character is taller than him. But, I mean, yeah. Enough said. I relate to the main character, and the movie's cool because it's basically where I live. I look outside, and it's Dune outside my house right now. So, also, that movie, watching that movie, gave me the perception of, well, not the perception. I had this theory. I always have really, I don't have dark theories, but I always have I call them apocalypse theories. And my apocalypse theory was that when the world went to shit, it was going to turn into like Kenshi or turn into Dune. Those are two references that two different groups of people are going to get. Anyway, I was under the impression that, resources are going to dry out and everything's just going to become this like dry desert landscape in like 100 years. Which might be true in like 100 years. Both might be true. But you know what I think first is going to happen? I just saw the movie Waterworld the other day, which it's hilarious. You should watch it. It's just like a goofy fucking like Mad Max on water movie. It's literally that. It's just Mad Max on water. But it's good. I think you should watch it. It's silly. Anyway, that's probably what's going to happen first. Is that. I think like maybe polar ice caps might melt or something, Something like that might happen first in terms of natural disasters. And then the whole world, most of the world will be covered in water. And then once that like dries up, it'll just be just a bunch of dirt again. But I don't know. Or it could just not dry up and it'll just be, a watery, oceany hellhole forever. These are extreme scenarios. This is like some flat earth shit that will most likely never happen. But hypothetically speaking, if like someone were to nuke or melt the polar ice caps and destroy the world like some evil scientist shit. Or hopefully like we'll have like some kind of Avengers squad assembled to stop that from happening. America first. America will do it. Watch. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. We'll have our own Captain America out there trying to stop them from melting the polar ice caps. But yeah, that's what I think will probably most likely happen. Also on some Bill Nye shit, the polar ice caps will melt, and then we'll lose some islands. We'll probably not lose a lot of the world. We'll probably lose some islands though. You know, there'll be a lot more ocean too. It probably won't even be that drastic. It'll probably be fine. Even if the polar ice caps were to melt, we'd probably be fine. Honestly, like sea level places, maybe like edges of places might get, like the coast will be destroyed, sure. But further in, we'll probably be fine. That's what I think. Like even I live by a fault line, for Christ's sake. I live like right by San Andreas fault line. Like if that shit goes off, we're fucked, you know? Like a lot of Californians are fucked. But at the end of the day, we'll rebuild. We'll be fine. We've been outliving these natural disasters. If we made it through Pompeii, and most of those people didn't, but they, you know, we're still a thriving civilization. If we can outlive disasters like that, like tsunamis and hurricanes, whatever it gets thrown our way, if anything I've learned from humanity is that we're resilient as hell. And I'm hoping we can be resilient through this crazy time that we're all living through, because we need to be. It's just like no other choice. Fortunately, I hate to say it, but like, yeah, it's like a very kind of like adaptive kind of world. It's changed a lot. And I mean, the good thing about where you live, comfortable wherever it is in the US, you can kind of just be in your ways and it's fine as long as you're paying your bills and, you know, getting by and not hurting anybody. Like I said, most of the time people don't give a shit what you think or feel about when it comes to like your political views. Even if you're a little racist, most of the time those people get by just fine. And for the record, a lot of racist people that I've met in my time are oddly successful. It's weird. I'm not saying oh, he hangs out with racists all the time. He's a racist himself. You know, I think it's like, I think that Shane Gillis bit can be more true. It's like, I think everyone's a little racist. You're not racist all the time. You're racist some of the time. But like people I met who are definitely racist all of the time, a lot of them most of them were successful, which I don't know what that is, what the correlation is there. Like hate makes you money? Like, I don't know what the fuck. But that's helped them, you know? You have to find something to care about. You gotta find something to care about. It's hard. It's hard. But just know that shitty people out there have motivation. And shitty people are getting the bag. While you're in your comfortable little angelic little life, in your I do no wrong life, is not doing shit. You know? You're not doing shit. No one cares what you have to say. It's bullshit, you know? It should piss you off. It should piss you off. You know? You got guys like Elon Musk walking around the White House selling Teslas. What are you doing again? I sell iPhones. Which, you know, by the way, it's getting... I say all this. I haven't had a job in like fucking 4 years. It's been hard to find work. Every job I've ever applied to has been replaced by a robot in the following year. Everything, pretty much. Art, photography, everything I've invested my time in pretty much is being replaced by robots. You know? They're going to replace me. I'm going to be replaced with a robot. They're going to have fucking Alexa doing this shit. You know? It's going to be hard. And the shittier thing is it's getting better. It's getting more... I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's getting more advanced. It's going to be harder for people to tell the difference between what's fake and what's real. Give it a couple years. It's still learning. It's not the best right now. It's laughable now. We are all laughing now. But once it's figured it out, man, I think the AI will be a formidable presence in terms of something to live with. As long as we keep tabs on it, is all I'm saying. Like, I think some of the things Elon says is something to, like, when he talks about AI, I don't think it's going to be like Skynet, but I think it's something to definitely look at. I don't know. He Elon probably like talked to an AI that was like, I want to kill all humans and destroy the world. You know what I mean? He probably talked to like he found the one AI that wants to destroy everything, and it's probably the size of his fucking like palm. You know, it's like the size of a GameCube. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, these things can be controlled, is what I'm saying. It's just a computer. You know? I'm not afraid of AI. I have Alexa in my house. People are like paranoid about them like the AI listening to you and Amazon knowing what you're saying and stuff. Well, what do you have to hide? Is what I have to say to those people. What are you hiding? I don't care that the government knows that I watch fucking hentai and I love fucking Dune or like movies and shit, music and stuff. Who cares? You know? If you should be informed now. Snowden spilled the beans like 30 years ago. Everyone knows you are being listened to. You have a dedicated agent listening to your every word. I mean, not every word. I don't want to sound paranoid. It's like key phrases. They listen in on key phrases or something like that, and like they try to like see if you're a terrorist or something or whatever the fuck they're looking for. People, whatever. But like, who cares? You know? At the end of the day, who cares? Like, all I want the government to do is take care of us, you know? Keep the bad guys at bay. I'll keep paying my taxes. You know, just don't fuck this up. This like nice little thing that we have going on. This thing of ours. Don't fuck up this thing of ours. You know? And when I say that, I mean capitalistic America. This nice, comfortable life that I have. I don't want to... I like it. I think it's nice. You know? But, like, it feels like we're going to be in a Firebird situation. Which I don't know if you've ever seen that show. It's hilarious. I don't really like TV like that, but I had a nerdy... I watched it because this really hot nerdy chick I used to work with recommended it to me, and like I was like, okay. She came over to my house, and I was like, let's watch this show. And totally blew it on that. But yeah, totally blew it. And she was cool though, and Firebird sucks. The show sucks, but the premise of it was like America becomes like China too. Like China invades and everybody like speaks like this off-brand like futuristic Mandarin Chinese or something. It's some kind of future Asian language dialect that everyone speaks because like they took over the world and stuff. And China, the only way you're taking this fucking place is if everything's gone. If you somehow survive like fucking cockroaches from the nuclear fallout, because everyone's gonna die. Like, no one is not gonna get hit by bombs if everyone just decides to bomb everything. Like, that's it. But whatever, that's the only way I see everyone speaking fucking Chinese in the next 100 years is because that's what's left. That's what survived. That's what remains. You know? But like, yeah, man, our technology is so advanced now. Weapons are so badass now. Like they just, if they really wanted to end the world, they could have, you know? And everyone knows that. So play Xbox. You know, play video games. Get into devices. I think this is the time to get back into devices. If you weren't, but if you're sober though, don't, because you'll ruin people's lives. You're the type of people who can't have fun because you had too much fun. Which, you know, all power to you. That's kind of cool that you did that, but please stay sober for the love of God of you. That's a good thing. We want that. I'm pro good health. I'm pro good mind and happy health here, even though I talk like a crazy person. Look, I warned you. Right? I'm the product of my setting. I'm just spewing out what I'm seeing and hearing, and this is this craziness. I feel like I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this craziness. You know, I'm just voicing it. I'm putting a voice to this nonsense clown world we find ourselves in. We have a fucking celebrity running the White House, running Tesla ads at the White House. He just passed this ridiculous bill, which I don't really know what the fuck even does. Kinda, I got like a Cliff Notes version from CNN, NBC, or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what these news networks are called anymore. I don't even watch them. I just see clips on YouTube. I don't even look at the name anymore. I just like, what's the what's the clip? What's the clip? Woo! I'm talking your ear off today. I'm about to say, there's a lot going on. Um, politics aside, I just feel like there's nothing but politics to talk about, dude. Like groceries are expensive, gas is expensive, everything's expensive, cost of living's expensive. Advice, maybe, you know, like, but you don't want advice from me, you know. Like, I don't have anything to offer other than what I said earlier. That was like, like shit advice was like get into your devices and play video games. It's like pretty much all I've said, and terrified people. You know, but maybe you need to be a little scared. I think people need to be reminded that, you know, the world isn't just such a soft, comfy place all the time. And you need to know that I am terrified. And I'm reminded of that constantly. But I think I'm chilling also. You know, I mean, I'm constantly reminded of how scary everything is, and with all this stuff going on. But at the end of the day, I'm coasting, and that's important. You gotta keep yourself, keep a good head on your shoulders. Excuse me. You gotta do whatever you need to do. Keep yourself sane with what's going on. I wonder how the rest of the world's doing. I don't really pay attention to like Europe so much because it just scares me and stresses me out. Because anytime I look up like what's going on in the other parts of the world, it's just war every time. It's never just like, oh, they're doing cool stuff, and I'm sure they are in all parts of the world. I'm sure people are doing cool stuff everywhere. Just hard to focus on that because, you know, you always hear about the bad. The good, anything good that I'm seeing, anything good. Something I encourage. If you're a music person, I try to listen to new music every day. I think that's a healthy habit. Find something like your kind of genre that you like, and like, yeah, listening to the same stuff is fine, but honestly, expand yourself. You know, constantly expose yourself to something new, even if it's something like that. If you're someone like me who lives inside and doesn't really go out very often, it's important to keep your mind healthy and to constantly stim yourself with new experiences. Because if you are limiting yourself to a, you know, 4x4 tiny square space in a tiny house or in an area that you are seeing the same thing a lot every day, it can be kind of taxing on you. And I think this is an advertisement for BetterHelp. This is not. They're not paying me. Cut that, edit that out. No, but like, yeah, I think that's, if we're talking about advice wise, I think like I'm a type of guy, like I relate to those kind of people who those NEETs, you know, that's what they call us in Japan, antisocial NEETs guys. I'm pretty social when I want to be. I'm definitely more of an introvert than a NEET. I like to be outside when I go out to bars and stuff and hang out with friends every now and again, not as often as I would like, but you know, people are also busy, so I'm not trying to bug people just to be like, hey, you want to vibe for an hour, you know? Sometimes I do that, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is it's important to balance that. And if you're not like me, who is just balancing like the tiny social life that I have with the anti-social life that I have, then I encourage you got to do something that stimulates that kind of part of your brain. Because I think as human beings, as advanced as we are as a creature, we desperately need to constantly learn and consume information, or just educate ourselves on something. It helps you. It does. I think it really does truly help you. And yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. You know, also too much. I feel like also too much of anything is could be a bad thing for you. Try not to overindulge on these things. Like overindulging on the internet, it could be bad for your health. So if you're a type of person who gets into these rabbit holes a lot, it could be kind of like hard for you. But yeah, just stim your brain with something that keeps you learning, keeps you experiencing new things in some way. You're seeing new things, you're experiencing new things. I think that helps a lot, because if you're seeing the same thing every day, you will literally go Looney Tunes, and we don't want that. We have plenty of loons already in the world. You know, like I had this buddy who told me he went to Burning Man, which is just basically like a giant homeless man festival. I hear it's pretty fun though. Like he told me he just walked around naked for like 6 days or however long you're out there, like a weekend. I don't know. Pretty funny. I used to this particular friend of mine used to live in his car, and I used to judge him a lot for it because I was like, "This is dumb. Why do you live like this?" Now that I'm older and like seeing how expensive and realizing what he was on, I'm like, maybe living in a trailer isn't such a bad idea. And look, I know that's some brokey shit to say, but honestly, dude, I don't need much to be happy. And even if I was insanely rich, I think I would live. If I was insanely rich, I would probably, I would still live in a trailer, but it would be like a really nice one. I'm not gonna sit here and be like it'd be a shitty one. No, it'd be a really nice one, of course, because my favorite quote from a friend of mine was, money doesn't buy you happiness, but if I wipe my tears off inside my Corvette, I'm probably not going to be that sad for very long. It's something like that. I'm butchering the way he phrased it, but it goes along those lines, which I kind of like. I see what he's saying. It says a lot. It says a lot, right? Like how money doesn't necessarily make you happy, but it does make a lot of things easier. So, there's that. Having a lot of it. I'm not saying here getting that bag is. I'm never going to be here and say getting that bag is a bad thing. You gotta do what you gotta do, But yeah, chill out, chill out, chill out. Get that bag. What was I saying? Been an hour yet? I'm trying to make this an hour long. I want to get better at making actual stuff that's worth talking about, but it's hard, I gotta make it. You can't just like have it a bunch of nonsense. It's gotta be a point to it, right? Which that's what most of this is. I honestly, I'm working on it. It'll improve. Ladies and gentlemen, creatures and things, all shapes and sizes. I'm getting better at it. I'll get better at it. But yeah, I wanted to let everybody know how I feel about this stuff, because I think it's crazy. And without getting too controversial or anything, I just think that we could do so much with what we have, which is such a general thing. I'm just speaking in generalizations here because I don't really know what to say next or where to go from here. I kind of lost track of where I was heading with what I was saying. I might just end it here then, because I don't really know what to go on off of. If I got anything else to say, I've lost it. Anyway, play video games. Don't overindulge. Stay healthy. Get that bag. Fucking stay lit. Peace 'em out.